because I was doing Savdhaan India. I was living 24/7 with crime, right? Like,
so this crime patrol also, we'll talk about that. That's your thing. I didn't know that. Having worked with you. Oh, it became as a side effect, or that's like
I think working
let's say
with
like
you,
I really like history, for example. Everybody has some passion.
Yeah. So I found my niche in true crime, thriller, all of that, horror, all of that genre.
Are there any female serial killers?
Oh shit! This guy is going to get us into trouble. So what they do is they hang the boy upside down from the rafters with his feet, and they swing him like a pendulum.
Why the cruelty?
And till the head gets smashed against the wall repeatedly. Then they pack the body in a bag, duffel bag. While it's sitting there, they eat dinner. They go to a movie theater and get rid of the body in a toilet. That's how they are worse than men.
This guest is the Da Vinci of our podcast, because he's done many different things. He actually directed me in 1997-98. We were just discussing in a show called MTV U, which was a horrible experience for both of us. But the show wasn't the worst ever. I say somewhere in the middle. He became a director, producer, writer, which is what we're going to mostly talk about, because he's an award-winning, path-breaking, best-selling writer with so many books. Where are the others?
They ate it up.
Why did you clear the books? I can't believe it. Oh, you kept them on the side. Okay, so because swipe right.
Frame mein aayega.
I want to play with that one a little bit also.
Yeah.
I will pretend I've read everything also, no, boss. Come on, yeah. All right. And stand-up comedy as well.
Yeah.
So we'll go slowly. Anirban. Let me think.
Where are you pulling that one
I
out
want to
from?
say the full name. I need the full. I love Bengali full names. Don't do this to me.
Anirban.
Is that right, or is it Anirban? My name is Bon Anirban.
Anirban. 003 and a half.
Seban.
Anirban Bhattacharya.
Bhattacharya. Okay. Say it again with the proper
But it
accent.
sounds Japanese, no?
Hey, Bhattacharya. Anirban. In case you've just tuned in, we're not nuts. We're just having a conversation on his name. But he goes by the name AB.
Yeah.
As does Amitabh Bachchan, Abhishek Bachchan, and a couple of others. But who was the most famous AB? This. Can you believe it? Yeah. So anyway, we go back to 19... Stop it. The flirting will continue throughout the show. We go back to 1997-98, our friendship.
Do you remember the first thing you ever told me? The first day I met you on a shoot.
You're standing on my foot?
No.
Then?
You said, hey, Abi, when can I go home? We hadn't even rolled yet. That's the first.
That's my biopic is that only.
First thing he turns up
What time?
on the set and
What
he
time
says,
is pack
Abi, hey, what time can I go home?
People think, let me explain. People think that just way of, not interested in the work, I want to leave. It's much more than that. I like to finish tasks.
No. You don't like to finish tasks. Your follow-up thing was, Kunal Vijaykar is coming. We are going out for lunch. That was your excuse.
So you mean the work was ending by lunch?
It didn't. I made sure. It went into tea.
What kind of Bengali you are? That makes sense. Yeah.
Hey, Kunal is coming, man. I have to go.
Yeah. Now you made me into a nice Catholic boy. Huh? Kunal is coming, man.
That was the closest I could get to Broacha.
But you remember that...
I was stunned. My first day, and the first thing the VJ says is, I want to go home.
Maybe I used to get very scared of new producers in the show MTV. We had TV18 was a big company, and there were producers all over India. We travel all over India with the show. So every time it's a new guy, and like we had Anuradha for the first time, your mentor. Anuradha came with a bound script for shooting Presidency College. I was like, what? And she opened the script and it was like an opening shot. Fellini. Opening shot was, I'm from the Hooghly itself, the man is emerging or something, and then cut to Subhash Chandra Bose slapping the principal at the top of presidency steps. And I don't know. And I was making some rubbish program in my head, about meet the girls.
Boys meet girls.
Yeah, North South East West, the same thing. Boys are desperate to meet girls. That's all it was. So it was a very difficult experience for me. So any Enthu guy coming on, I was very worried. But luckily, you didn't seem to upset me. I don't remember being upset.
No, we had a good time. Yeah. We were doing the naval college.
So you quite the Kamchor yourself?
No. I worked hard. I worked hardly.
Later on, you worked very hard.
Very hardly.
Yeah. You made some big shows also, no? Somewhere down the line.
Somewhere down the line.
What is Savdhan?
Savdhaan India.
Savdhaan India is huge.
Yeah, it was.
You made millions?
No.
But you made a big show?
Yes.
This sounds like my life.
Yeah.
Did some shows, didn't make
Good
any
art
money.
is not equal to good money.
We'll be remembered later.
I tell you.
It'll be AB, CB, all over the, Yeah. Who'll remember Ranveer Singh and all that? It was very tough for them.
Who?
They're today's sensations, but 20, 30, 50 years.
You and me.
AB, CB.
Correct.
Yeah. Of course, it's ABCD, but
it's okay. It was going fine till then.
Ah, damn it. Okay, but here we're talking about books because he actually is a very, very celebrated author. And he's got a penchant for murder.
Is it penchant?
Penchant.
Like Pachu? Like Pachu?
I don't know. You tell me.
Or in Bengali as a posterior is called Pachu.
I like it when a Bengali guy speaks very good English but drops one word. That's fabulous.
Suddenly it goes.
I mean, it's fine. It's like, pot! Something in the middle of whatever. Those are nice moments.
What is happening?
Okay. Before the books, let's talk about stand-up comedy.
Yes.
Veer Das had a thing called Amateur
Night.
And you were the first winner.
Yeah.
Is it correct?
Yeah. Correct. And then I went on to win the Comedy Store open mic, which is India's first Comedy Store open mic winner and all of that.
Yeah.
So I used to perform in Comedy Store for a while.
This sounds like me in bed. I used to perform.
Yeah. Those days were good.
Wow.
Damn.
I used to perform alone.
Oh, me too sometimes. So I used to perform over there.
So, this happens a little later. You're already a producer, right? When this amateur night,
Yeah. This was about.
So do you remember your gags? I love to hear old gags.
Yeah.
That you presented. The 2 minutes they gave you, right? 2-3 minutes.
Yeah. 2-3 minutes of gags. So I used to take off on bongs.
Yeah.
You know, I say, my name is, I love bongs.
I think bongs are very close to Parsis. You like life, you like food, you like drink, you like girls.
Yeah.
And
not necessarily in that order.
Sometimes it's all over the place.
Correct.
Yeah. You're like,
the girl is on the fish.
The beautiful girl, and suddenly, Chole Bhatura.
Chole Bhatura is Punjab.
I try to bring people together.
Yes.
Come on, brother. Heal the country. Jai Hind.
Unity in diversity.
Punjabi Bengali. Yeah.
Hey, Punjabi.
Punjabi.
And
so what was the first?
So as you say, hi, my name is Anirban Bhattacharyya. I'm Bengali. I apologize. So that used to immediately get, and I used to come wearing my monkey cap. So in case you didn't realize I was Bengali, I'm in my holiday uniform.
Yeah.
So stuff like that.
Our sound guy is laughing. You got nobody else is. You got the Bengali guys are like going
he's
mad.
like, monkey cap.
Monkey cap. Yade.
So it's like winter's like a ghost for us.
Yeah. Everybody's wearing that.
Yeah, and we are made to feel scared of winter.
Yeah.
You know, it's like saying,
isn't it winter?
Winter.
Winter.
Winter. Sheetkal. Sheetkal ashbe. So we are like Jon Snow. We're the Bengali version of Jon Snow. Jonardhan Banerjee saying, hey, winter is coming. Winter is coming. So,
Jonathan Gupta.
Jonathan Sengupta.
Stay with the fucking gang.
All right. So that's all I used to do. And lots of other stuff as well, like mothers and bowel movements is one of it.
So why did you veer away from performing
Because
stand-up?
real life takes over, and those days monetizing
Money was less.
Yeah, and monetizing
Still is.
Correct. And so I once in a while go back and
So before we get into the books, you produced shows.
Yeah.
Ours were silly shows on music channels, but then slightly more, formal shows that you started doing, like Savdhan. So when did that happen?
So that happened much later. So once I left TV18 and stopped MTV and all of those things, I went and joined Channel V. You became my sworn enemy.
Channel B.
Channel B. Or
B and V. Now, come on, you're Bengali. You're confusing me. Is it Channel B or Channel V?
And worse is, it is lot of people. V channel.
V channel. Everybody used to do this, no?
Yeah.
Are you with V? We used to tell us also. Are you with V channel?
Yeah, correct. You're in V channel.
And I remember talking to somebody, Shamin, I think it was, who was explaining, so much money is being spent on the branding of Channel V. It's like Coca-Cola. You don't say Cola Coke. Channel V, this promo, that promo, this hoarding, this girl, that guy. And at the end of it, they still say V channel.
V channel.
India is unbelievable.
I love it.
You can't do anything.
Well, the secret of it was you had auditioned for Channel V.
I was taken by Channel V to Hong Kong for training.
And then you were...
No.
And they couldn't handle you.
No, so the way they did it, they selected me and took me to Hong Kong where you have to do a course to learn everything. Apparently, under one guy called Amir something.
Okay.
Who's a Canadian Indian. He got jaundice So he went back to Canada for 6 weeks. So then they sent me back saying you have to come back after some time because now he's your jaundice. It's like your apprenticeship, basically. But you learn everything. At that time, you were supposed to be a producer of EJ, everything together. So that me, can you imagine? I was so
Noni
scared.
and stuff were there at that point.
Yeah, they were all there.
Danny McGill was there.
Danny McGill was MTV.
MTV, huh.
Yeah.
So Noni was there.
When I came back, MTV got in touch with me and they said, you don't want to live in Hong Kong, nothing. I don't want to live in Hong Kong. I want to live with my parents in the same bedroom.
That's right. Bengali and Parsi.
Yes, as we all do, especially the rich ones. Yeah, so that. Why are we telling my story? You just tell your story. Huh?
No, but the funny thing is, the joke was, damn, we missed out on Cyrus Broacha at Channel V. I think that was a long regret that all of us sort of had.
What's the bass guitarist, the guy who used to run it? John, oh man.
Owen.
No, the guy from England, the British guy. He also played bass guitar. He was the boss for the longest time.
Yeah. Fuller. Jules Fuller. Jules
Fuller. Yeah.
Jules. Yeah. I think that was the thing we missed out on. So the secret is Cyrus Broacha almost became a Channel V VJ, but didn't.
Well, I did, but the guy got sick and they sent me back.
Imagine people seeing you and getting jaundice and not a good thing, no?
What difference would it have made, that channel? Yeah, can you imagine? What jaundice view when you think about it? But Channel V MTV, what is the difference, really? I mean, it would have been the same experience. Yeah. Something I'm ashamed of even till today. Till I did Big Boss. Now MTV sounds like, wow, that was
something else.
Good stuff, bro. Stop laughing. These guys are really mean. Let's talk about you.
What the fuck were you doing on Big Boss?
Money.
Oh, okay. End of conversation.
They canceled our show after 17 years, CNBC. So what was, suddenly in June, I don't have a show. After like 16 years, every Thursday or Friday going to the studio. I cried a lot. It was like menopause. Our version. And then, so I had to do it. I had to do something that came at that time. So I said, okay, chalo.
No, that...
Don't be fooled by the extravagant gestures we have of chai and this big large mic, and all those young ladies outside. They're vendors from a bank.
Okay.
Trying to sell insurance. So, let's get back to your story. So you did Savdhan much later.
Much later.
Yeah.
Much later. So I did about 8 years in Channel V.
You were heading Channel V at the end?
So I did about 8 years of Channel V. And first I was a producer. Then I used to do shows with Gaurav and Purab and all of those travel shows and stuff like that. And then I joined Disney for a couple of years during the launch phase. Was called back to Channel V to head it as content head. So I was there for almost 8 years. Then branched out and became a producer. And started creating shows.
But this is amazing because now you're fully into television. Yeah. You're in the heart. You're almost in the middle of the vortex of the whatever you use that you're a writer. Yes. Mix my metaphors up and come up with something. And then why did you become a writer in the middle of that? Because I would think you'd be now at the top of the tree in television.
No, but I was never interested in that corporate ladder thing. I was always creative. So for me, I mean, I like producing shows. I like creating shows, directing, writing, all of that. So writing came naturally because I was already 24/7 into crime.
VJs, you'd have to do your own writing.
Correct.
Come on.
That's a good one.
Yeah, come on.
But with you there was never a problem because
I'm the opposite because I'm scattered.
Yeah,
I can't remember a word.
We had to say fuck Cyrus. I have to say cut. Stop.
No, with me the problem is they have to keep someone to say the sponsor and all that because that never happens. No, sponsor ka naam. Somebody will enter. Yeah.
I mean, I remember the shoots with you, and I keep going back. But the funniest because I didn't have to worry beyond a point.
Yeah.
I sat with you. I debriefed you, and as always, impatient arsehole that you were. Hey, okay. We'll manage, AB. We'll manage now.
AB, I've become more impatient.
Damn.
Now I've started opening lift doors before the lift arrives and all. I'm going mad. The last stage of a man's life.
Hulk. I'm Baba Hulk.
No, and the lift has stopped and Mrs. Sharma on the third floor. The poor lady crippled, both legs aren't working. It's horrible.
Yeah, so then I started writing. So that's the first book I wrote.
Okay.
Which is called...
Let's go slow here.
Yeah.
So this is India's most notorious dozen serial killers.
No, it's called The Deadly Dozen.
Oh.
India's most notorious... I told you should have finished school.
No, that's why I said they keep someone for the formal stuff. You don't screw it up.
A sponsor.
Yeah. I mean, it's so simple and I screwed it up because it's like big writing. That's what you're supposed to read. And I read everything like a child. Yeah. Right. The Deadly Dozen, India's most notorious serial killers.
Yeah, so this was the first one that came out. And because I was doing Savdhaan India, I was living 24/7 with crime, right?
Yeah. So this crime patrol also, we'll talk about that. That's your thing. I didn't know that. Having worked with you. Oh, it became as a side effect, or that's like.
I think
Let's say,
working with
like, I
you.
really like history, for example. Everybody has some passion.
Yeah.
And
So I found my niche in true crime, thriller, all of that, horror, all of that
But it
genre.
means a lot of researches. Even the swipe right to kill, the fact that you went and found this actual murder situation, which was whatever,
with the
cold case now or whatever
No,
it is.
it's solved.
It's solved
So we'll come to
completely.
that. Yeah.
So these 12?
Yeah, so the 12 serial killers of India. So when we talk about now suddenly serious. When we talk about serial
People are dying. It's funny.
people are dying. Yeah. I'll tell you a story about that as well.
Yeah.
So when we talk about serial killers, we think it's a Western phenomena, right? I mean,
Why do we
Ted
think
Bundy.
that?
So in my last research, there are 36 serial killers of India as of now in the last
We
count.
have the number is 36.
36 as of now.
Come on, buck up, India. Get to 40, yaar.
Round figure kar lo.
हाँ, 50 तो कर लो.
Oh, I tell you. So this became a huge bestseller because people suddenly realized that serial killers and all of that. And
So let's understand. This is basically all true actual stories, and
Yes.
you re-dramatized it.
no, this is the fact.
So you
I've
researched
written
everything.
Everything
You're
is
a patient
researched.
man, no?
It took me a long time
I
to.
would never be able. I'd just start lying after the second guy, I'm going through the whole story again.
Or just he killed.
Yeah.
So we
No,
finished.
I'll just make it up, He was bound by lust. Lust for 17-year-old Sarika.
Yeah, correct.
Yes.
So, so the highlight of the book is, you remember the Nithari case,
Of course.
and they got acquitted, right?
Just now.
Correct. So now,
And I've seen the show also. There was a...
Karma
my
Killings.
wife made me watch it without telling me what
Yeah.
it's about. I thought it's a comedy.
Yeah.
Then this guy kills the kid in the opening thing,
the
sequence.
Sector 36.
Ah,
So, this book came out in 2019. I had already, with my research, with another investigative journalist, had already mentioned that Kohli and Pandey were innocent
what?
in 2019.
What does that mean?
And that Noida police had botched up the case.
So who killed the kid? All this?
So, read the book, na?
This is your premise is that
So-
Kohli the boss.
Kohli, the servant,
manservant,
and
huh.
Pandey, the owner,
Huh.
were innocent.
Right.
Noida police had botched up the investigation.
Huh.
There's a organ trafficking nexus which was ignored by the police.
Oh.
There's a mysterious
But why do they
neighbor.
need children for...
The neighbor, organ trafficking. So when the skeletons were found, only limbs were found.
So
There were no
the liver,
torsos.
kidneys,
The
kidneys.
torsos were missing.
Oh.
And this is all in the High Court paper.
Inspector AB ने बताया.
2 साल पहले, before Nithari broke, kids were
Yeah.
playing cricket, which is in Sector 36 they've
Yeah,
shown.
They show that.
Yeah, and they find a hand and the
That's the
constable
opening. That's
says...
the opening of the film.
Yeah, and I've not been paid for it. So they've just
So
taken
this
it.
is all correct what they've done.
Yeah. So, and
They find the thing, they
cops
call it-
say
yeah.
that the cops say bury it back, it's animal carcass.
Huh.
So in my book, there are 12 points that prove that these guys were being framed. So in 2019, when the book came
Then
out,
why did the
everybody-
killing stop?
the killing stopped because the case had become exposed. Imagine, okay, so if you're the owner of a construction company, you have access to earth digging machines and tractors and JCVs or whatever. Will you dump bodies in your backyard? No, na. I can take the bodies anywhere and dump it anywhere that I
Yeah,
like.
why have
would
evidence?
I be idiot enough to put bodies?
Speaking as a murderer, I would never do that.
Correct.
Yeah, I would always
right.
make sure the location is
and there
different.
were 2 other servants in the house.
Yeah.
Their testimonies were not taken. How come so many murders Kohli did and the other 2 servants didn't see anything? So loads of... So in 2019, people laughed at me saying, oh my God, you're just bullshitting your way through. 23, the High Court quoted exactly what my research had said.
Oh, he's released because of lack of evidence? I thought 14 years are complete.
They had 14 death penalties on their heads.
Oh,
They were going to be
so
hung.
they're released.
Yeah, they're acquitted. Surinder Kohli has stayed back, I think, because of one rape case, which he's been convicted
He's an
for.
all-round good guy. Huh.
So that's what it is, and now they're
So
out.
your point, since Nithari is very famous, is that they're wrongly convicted. And there's a whole organ traffic.
There's one theory they're saying it's, which I'm saying is wrongly convicted, right? And these are the 12 points of proving that these guys were being framed or an official narrative was being promoted. The other thing is, even if they are guilty, there's no way to find out because Noida police had botched up the investigation. You understand?
God.
So on
This
the
is now
day,
close to the Ayushi situation where again we
it's
have
the same Noida police.
the same Noida police and the same question mark about the
So
procedure.
So imagine that 2 weeks down after the arrest, the police were suddenly saying, we have found new evidence in the house. The house had already been ransacked by the villagers. It had been compromised. How can you find a knife from the... It's been
So they were
planted.
trying to end the matter and just
End
say
the
we've
matter.
got the guy and finish it off.
So the neighbor, who's a doctor, was arrested 2 years before Nithari on the charges of organ trafficking, but was let go.
Oh, he's around?
Must be around. So
Be
his
careful
servant
if
said...
you live in Noida, anywhere next to doctor name,
No.
let's call him Shastri.
Yeah.
I'm just mixing
Shakal.
it up. Shakal.
Yeah. So his servant, the doctor's servant, made a very funny comment. He says कि हाँ मुझे पता है कि my master is a doctor. पूरा दिन बैठा रहता है, कोई patient आता नहीं है. And 24/7 there are security guards. Which doctor needs security guards? I mean, these days, of course, the matters have come to...
Dr. Vijay Mallya.
Right, okay. Right. Vijay...
One day, Dr. Cyrus Broacha, Dr. Anirban.
Anirban.
It takes too long to get through your name, man. Forget it.
AB's fine.
So interesting. So this is one of the stories.
Yeah. So there's loads of stories. There's 12 of them.
Again, basically based fact, moral fact and
absolutely,
fiction.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's written in a fictional narrative style. But everything is.
And you recount the murders also?
Yeah. So what happened was also
Because I get scared.
I've written it in sordid detail.
Oh my God.
You know why?
For kids and stuff, bro, it's difficult to digest.
I know, and that's why I've written it that way, because unless and until the reader feels the pain, otherwise the villains always become glamorized. You know, they say, oh...
So this way, we remember Kohli and our friend name, but we don't remember the kids' names.
Yeah.
Victims. Not one. Shame on you.
Yeah.
You like my twist here?
No, it's really insensitive. You're going to get fucking cancelled.
It's true. Nobody remembers the victims. Victims are just
No,
names.
there's Rimpa Haldar was one of
Not
the...
you. You're like an
Oh,
expert on this case. I'm talking about, look at Tonton or Prithvi or Abhay sir who are sitting here. No damn thing. Except Nithari, they know.
Yeah, but we forget the victims. Absolutely right. We forget the victims. In fact, the book is dedicated to the nameless and the countless victims that...
How many, since we're talking Nithari, how many were actually officially,
So 19 skeletons were found, out of which 16 were complete, I think, and 3 were bits and parts.
Oh my God, okay.
Yeah, so that's and so there are 12 stories in this book. And
Okay, this launched you, and Crime Patrol and all came at the same time?
yeah, so I was already 7 years into Savdhaan India, and then
Okay.
I jumped into Crime Patrol as well.
Okay, so this now you became like a PhD in this entire murky world of crime and specifically murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. You did, because ultimately you did more research than a person who's supposed to be working on these cases, for example.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next book. Let's try and get all of them in.
Yeah, so I'll tell you a funny story is that I became so insensitive to crime because 24/7 I was thinking
It's like
crime.
doctors
crime.
deal with dead bodies. Now after
Yeah,
some
yeah,
time, it's
yeah,
just
like after that it's just... So one day I was at my eye doctor, and I was in the thing, and my script writer called me up on the phone. Right, so I started very normally chatting with him, and I told him, I said, हाँ सुन, वो जो बुढ़िया है ना, बुढ़िया को वो मत करना, चाकू मत मारना, खून निकलेगा, मज़ा नहीं आएगा, है ना, तो फटाफट मर जाएगी, क्या फ़ायदा? तो उसको ना पहले वो पिलो ले, वो पिलो लेके ना वो बुढ़िया के मुंह के ऊपर डाल दे, तो वो उसका हाथ पैर फर करेगा, मज़ा आएगा.
Very Bengali description, huh?
हाँ फर करेगा तो मजा आएगा. क्लोजअप लेंगे तो पैर ऐसे टांग ऐसे हिलेगा, all of that. So I described the entire murder scene. Okay, and I was saying with passion, and I was saying don't put the thing, because costume gets damaged, budget goes up, you have to get duplicate costumes, so don't waste. So I said do it this way. So after about 15 minutes of talking about how to kill this old lady, I turn around and the entire people, the patients, the nurses, all of them are like this, saying what the hell's going. So then I said, oh shit. I said नहीं ये स्क्रिप्ट है, सावधान इंडिया का स्क्रिप्ट, मैं किलर नहीं हूँ, मैं किसी को नहीं. So it became so much of a daily
But do you think
thing.
if you're so interested in all this that you actually have a capacity to
all of us do.
subconsciously?
All of us do.
But why are we fascinated by crime, for example?
Yeah, okay. So I'll tell you why we're fascinated with crime.
With murky crime, I mean.
No, but even take crime.
Petty crime, okay, but we don't look at the way we get into murder and all that.
I mean, like it.
Yeah. Sort of, I'm just saying there's a vicarious...
What are the books you read as a kid? Tell me.
Noddy.
Okay.
Noddy Returns.
Yeah. So Noddy is a crime story.
Yes.
Noddy's car gets
taken-
stolen.
yeah,
It's
perfect.
it's
And
a
the
crime
policeman,
story.
yeah, is involved. Everything. Yeah.
So everything, Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew, Noddy,
Yeah.
Secret 7, Famous 5, Sherlock Holmes,
Kama Sutra. Oh, damn you, ABU, exposed me.
that's when you that's when you do it
It becomes
multiple.
a crime once you read it because you think you're an expert.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the women say, "What a crime!
What a
man.
crime.
This guy,
Hang
I
him."
tell you." Yeah.
He's well hung. Huh? Anyway, so
You had to go there.
Sorry.
You already won that
Damn.
amateur night, whatever it's
Amateur
called.
night, yes,
Yeah.
yes. And so yeah, what were we talking about?
About how we seem to be attracted.
correct. So,
if you like. I don't know what the right word
Bachpan
is.
say we are primed with crime. Primed with crime.
Primed with crime.
I love it.
yeah.
So we've been always, so that's why we like crime. And so when we grow up, it's just that the crime books and the things get
So
grislier.
we're the grey area where we're not idolizing the people who are killing and all that.
No.
But we can't stop reading and thinking about it, having this discussion.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's
I've had many
always
podcasts actually. We've had a few on crime with various people, and look at the passion. I'm not putting you down, but just look at the passion.
yeah,
it's like talking
it's
cricket or
exciting. It's
something.
voyeuristic.
It's right up there.
It's voyeuristic,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
As why do you like crime as a voyeuristic? Is Mrs. Agarwal
I
ke
would
saath
say I
kya
like
hua?
crime, but we can't stop obsessing about it.
Yeah, and because you're sitting on your freaking window and saying Agarwal ka beta kya kar raha hai? Oh, Mrs. Agarwal's daughter has run away. Oh, that's we are always voyeuristic, no?
But Agarwal has have a son, not a daughter. But I get what you're saying. Anything can happen in this present
Yeah,
context.
Agarwal's son has run
Today-
away with Vinay.
Tomorrow he could be a daughter also in the world we live in.
Correct.
Huh.
Correct. I identify as a can of tomato
Sidebar.
juice. Huh?
Milord sidebar.
Sidebar. We're going to get cancelled. Huh?
Go back.
Yeah.
You've cancelled me 8 times already. You're writing books about death and murder.
So that's how it is. We love crime. We love
Yeah.
voyeurism.
And that's why the books sell also, because the subject is interesting to
Correct. What
almost
happens to
90%.
others?
Yeah.
And this is taboo. We can't talk about this in the open forum.
Also, correct me if I'm wrong, very often, since these are real stories, these are people you can identify with sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's scary.
Of course.
This guy looks like somebody I grew up with, or, the
If you're walking
description.
down the street, will you be able to identify a serial killer? No, they look like us.
In car, for sure.
In car, yeah?
Yeah.
I think some of them are roaming around in the office.
No. We only have molesters.
That's so bad. That's really
And we
bad.
keep them there for fun. What do we do on a boring day,
You just kill them.
No. We say, Tejas! We have the worst facial expressions in Indian cinema, na, for the molester and all. Because I don't think any molester in the world would go like, yeah.
With the flared nostril. And,
Yeah, I mean,
like, which woman is going to get, I think that's why they get pissed off also. It's like,
Yeah.
shakal to theek se bana lo.
yeah, exactly. I mean, this has destroyed the male look. With that
Anyway,
one.
we are ugly.
You're telling me. Yeah. We've taken mirrors out of the house.
Yeah, we can't
we
look
just
at
have
it.
portraits by crazy people who make us look good. Yeah. Okay, back.
Yes,
so,
yes.
So did very well.
Yeah, so did very well, and then I discovered, wow, I love true crime,
Yeah.
and I'm going to write more because it's like freaking drug.
Yeah.
Not that I've done drugs,
Yeah.
but I've been told
Yeah.
that it's addictive.
Pharmaceutical drugs. Yeah.
Yes, crocin. Yes.
More dangerous than your pleasure drugs. Get off the crocin.
Disparate
No,
Digene.
No, Digene, my God. That's
Digene is a
tasty.
savior.
Yeah.
Like for my acid reflux.
I give it to the guests because this conversation is tough to digest sometimes. Yeah. You have acid reflux?
Yeah, like shit loads, man.
We're aging.
But also we're Bengali.
Fair.
Fair, no?
You're making that face though. That face before you molest the. Yeah, that's exactly.
Bengali.
Mrs. Agarwal, be careful.
I've got acid reflux. So this is the next one that
Yeah.
came out. And this is
India's money.
heist.
India's. Again,
Just-
I couldn't read it correctly. The heist, niche tha, isme tha. I only saw this part. God, I told you the formal parts, how I screwed up. It's just a gift, bro. It's a gift.
Sponsored by who?
Yeah, that's right. They left. Penguin's the publisher. Let me get this right. Chelembra
The Chelembra Bank Robbery.
Bank Robbery.
So
So there's no death here, no?
no.
Oh, thank God.
There's no
he
death
took a break
here.
from killing.
Yeah, so this is, in 2008, this was the biggest Indian bank robbery ever. 80 kgs of gold was siphoned.
Wow.
80 kgs.
With due respect to Bappi Da, that's a lot.
That's a lot. I mean, may his soul rest in peace.
Sorry, one more cancel. Yeah, I'm a big fan. Well, just because you make fun doesn't mean you're not a fan.
Yeah, but you know, but Bappi Da knew that people used to make fun of him, and he was such a sport.
Maybe I've interviewed him twice. He was very nice.
He's a lovely man. Yeah. He was a lovely man.
Only one thing he said which was difficult for me, because I'm a huge Elvis fan. He said his mom used to think he was the Bengali Elvis. And I was like, that is like, but you know our mothers.
Yeah.
All mothers think, you know, the child is Brad Pitt. So, you know, I mean, that's fine. Leave it.
So
huge fan. From Bappi sidebar back to you.
But Bappi Da, we used to say in Channel V, he did a promo, and we said it was a show called Super Singer, right? And the thing was, he had to point to the camera and says, "I want your gun." Okay, so gun as in song.
Yeah.
But he knew that we were taking the piss.
Yeah.
He said, no. Hey, what you are making me do? I said, no, sir, Bappi Da, say it. I want your gun.
It's no.
It's no.
It's gone.
It's gone.
It's culturally appropriate.
Correct.
In Bengali,
but he was such a sweetheart. He was such a. I still remember one of the concerts. I was backstage. I'd just gone to check like what was going on and stuff. And Bappi Da is praying. Bappi Da is praying before he hits the stage.
Sweet, yeah.
He's praying and he's doing. And he goes and he belts it out.
Yeah.
You know, legend, absolute
disco
legend.
King. People have forgotten that little period where disco was king in the 80s.
He made the crowd dance.
He wiped out all the other music. For a few years, it was just disco. I was a very young boy. I
loved him.
I'm also a fan. There's no question. But musically and as a person also, I met him. Lovely guy. But let's get back to your crime stories.
So bank robbery. So bank robbery. Hold up the book, na?
80 kgs of... Oh, I have to reach it. Old man. India's Money Heist.
So this was about 80 kgs of gold.
That's me.
They watched you used 80 kgs of shit.
I'm 86 kgs.
86
so 80 kgs of gold, 6 kgs of shit.
76 kgs of shit.
Yeah.
86 kgs of tripe.
No, I'm 80 and 6.
So
I want my gold.
Yes, you want your gold.
Okay. Thanks.
They watched a film called Dhoom, The Criminals.
The
John Abraham one.
The first one.
Yeah.
The best one.
Yeah. So in that, John Abraham goes into the vault from the top.
Yeah.
These guys went into the vault from the bottom.
They didn't follow the script.
They're
like me. They screwed it up. Yeah.
But they were successful. So
how did they go from the bottom?
So the bank was on the first floor. They hired the ground floor, saying, "I'm going to open a restaurant." They traced out the footsteps. They traced out the footsteps to know exactly this is where the strong room is. They blasted a hole, stole the gold. Wow. And then of course the cops then for 54 days there was an investigation. And so this
Who are these guys, but?
So I think they're the smartest criminals of India.
Pretty good.
This is some of the gold that was recovered. And if you see the criminal's face, he went with the pseudonym of Babu. Right? If you see his face, he doesn't look like ye banda kaun hai? Is he that
I'm trying to find Babu, guys. Please, we don't give away anything. So all these are all proven cases. So it's not like
So I wrote it with the police team.
Babu is aka Joseph and Shibu. Okay, these are the...
Look at their faces. Do they look like,
Now, for those of you who don't know, Babu works at IBM. He goes by the name of Suresh. And he's very much happy here. But yes, he's asked if we can have a ground floor office.
Yes.
For some reason.
Very
he's gone
strange.
Berserk,
Strange.
Yeah. Listen, we have to take a break. You're talking too much. I've just got a message. 30 minutes is our break. We've gone over it. Can you, in the words of George Bush, can you pull back? Yeah. All right. So we'll come back in a second. Lots more to fit in. Hopefully, I want to get to Swipe Right to Kill. This is his second book. It's called India Money Heist. And all based on true facts, true stories. He dramatizes and brings it to life. But basically, everything that he's talked about is a fact.
Yeah, it's written with the team of cops, 16 police officers, and I wrote this book together.
My God, 16 police officers not on duty while crime is rampant. We take a break.
Hey, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Cyrus Says, Cyrus sits down with Amit Sharma, the visionary director behind the Google reunion ad and acclaimed films like Badhai Ho and Maidan. Together, they dive into Amit's creative journey and his untold stories of success. On A Century of Stories India, Kunal unveils the story behind India's longest sea bridge, the iconic Atal Setu, Mumbai Trans Harbour Link, a 21.8-kilometer marvel connecting land and sea. On Paisa Vaisa, Anupam sits down with India's legendary designer Neeta Lulla to explore her 40 years of journey from Bollywood costume designer to establishing a couture empire. Folks, if you like our shows, spread the word. Tell your friends and don't forget to rate and review them wherever you're listening to them. Follow us on social media. We are IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn. You'll also find all our shows on YouTube by their show name, so do look out for them and have fun watching. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors this week: IDFC First Bank, Axis Mutual Fund, SBI Mutual Fund, ICICI Prudential Mutual Fund.
Right here with the master of murder. How was your murder? How was your father?
Murder's fine.
Murder's fine. Okay.
Watchmen.
We've just discussed India's money heist, and as he said, which I find all over the world, this is one fact of crime. Even if you look at the famous, the infamous ones like Ted Bundy, etc., they just look normal. You never get anyone who looks like, you look at him and say, oh my God, I want to be next to this guy. Most of them just look like anybody.
True.
Every man.
Yeah. It's very ordinary.
As your bank robbers do.
Yeah.
The guys, you won't even notice them on the road when you're walking. But just like any guy.
Correct.
That's the scary part, if you ask me. Yeah.
You could be a serial killer.
No, I don't look like everyone. I look like a guy who's never worked in his life. You can tell this guy should be a killer because he ain't got no job. All right, let's move to the next one. AB?
Yep.
This one?
Yeah. So, this is a non-crime book.
What the hell? The hills are burning.
Yeah, so
this, you went to your romantic phase.
Yeah, so this
she
is about,
left you. Love, memories, revolution. This I got it right, bro. The hills are burning. Now with the Bengali accent.
The hills are burning.
The hills are burning. Getting closer.
Very close, very close. So this is a true story again, but it's about me and my friends.
Oh, you grew up in Kalimpong?
Yeah. So I grew up in Kalimpong in a boarding school during.
Lovely, I've been there. Lovely. And it was lovely in the 90s. How dare you? Sorry, it's not very professional. Kishish dur karo, chaddi pehno. God, sorry. Lack of class.
So you went, I think, you went to Darjeeling, St. Paul's and all of that.
And all that,
Yeah.
All the usual, Tiger Trail and whatever it's called, Tiger Tops.
Tiger Hill.
Yeah,
Tiger Tops is in Nepal.
Yeah, but I've been everywhere and they all have a tiger something.
Yeah.
What about us? We have a tiger something in Malwa Hill.
You do?
The last tiger was 1952. Nobody cares.
So this is a true story about three kids growing up. Yeah, coming of age, 3 kids growing up in a boarding school in the middle of a revolution.
Tukai, Norong and Rupesh.
Yeah.
Tukai is what kind of name?
Tukai is me.
Is it a Bengali name?
Yeah, Tukai.
Okay. In Marathi, it's like a question. Tukai?
Tukai.
And Norong?
Norong is a Lepcha name.
Oh, okay.
And
in English, it means you always correct.
Yeah,
Norong.
Norong. Yeah, correct.
And Rupesh.
Apro Rupesh, but he's Nepali.
He's Nepalese Rupesh. Okay.
Yeah, so it's about us growing up in
love,
in
friendship,
school.
loyalty. But why death, destruction and violence?
Because the revolution catches up with us, right?
Oh.
So we were 16-year-old kids and then the Gorkhaland Revolution happened.
Oh, okay.
And suddenly the innocence, like we were watching.
How bad was it? Because we were a little distanced.
Very, very bad. I mean, we used to see decapitated heads kept on like spikes in the railing and all of that.
First and foremost, best fighting force the world has ever seen.
Yeah.
The Gurkhas.
Yeah, absolutely.
They want their land, bro.
Yes. And more than that, the central, the CRPF went on a killing spree, killing and raping and all of that. So it was horrible. It was horrible. So this is one of the few books.
I like at the bottom it's written the Wonder Years meets the Killing Fields. So you got the Wonder Years, which is this beautiful,
boarding school and all
poetic, Beatles music in the background kind of thing, and then you have the Killing Fields, which is just like amongst the most dangerous moments of your life to watch as a film.
Correct. So and we watched it up close, and this is one of the few mainstream English language books which exposes the mayhem that the central forces created over there, killing innocent people, and also the fact that the Gorkhaland movement sort of failed after a point of time. It sort of dissipated because they started fighting against each other, the factions and all of that. This did fabulously well in the hills, obviously.
Are you still friends with the other two protagonists?
Oh, yes. I just met them last week.
Are they real names?
Names have been changed.
Yeah.
But my teachers' names are all the same. Because I really wanted to pay homage to them,
Fair enough.
and
Homage.
like
अरे
tonton.
बंगाली लोग को नहीं आता।
Homage. It is like salad.
हरियाणा में हम लोग कहते हैं ना homage.
Homage. Like
How can we
salad.
go from all these sensitive topics to this rubbish that we talk in the middle? What is wrong with us?
What is wrong with
and
you?
We're not even on drugs anymore. So this is but again, it seems to be that darkness is there.
Yeah.
Also in the
So it
middle
all
of
goes from all funny, blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah,
yeah,
all
yeah.
of that, ha, he, to suddenly like shit, dead bodies, people getting shot.
I don't know if Channel V was the right preparation for this. When I think back,
I think it is traumatized. I think I've been scarred for
Okay,
life.
That's too heavy for me. I'm a little scared to look at real life. Let's go to Swipe Right to Kill. It's right behind you. Can you reach it? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so.
Okay, this is the book I'm in the middle of reading, but now I have the copy so I can read it properly because I'm old-fashioned. But very interesting thing. Again, based on a true situation where she, since I've only read the first half, I don't want to give away the thing, so let's not give away the thing. She's actually meant for glory. She's good in studies. She's the perfect kid in many ways in the initial
Absolutely.
part. I not understood how does she go into how much can we give away? Because
No, you can give away. I mean, see, the case is solved.
Yeah.
And
but at least a bit about how she changes track.
yeah, because
I find amazing.
There's always that, all of us sort of come to a crossroad where we can take a left or a right, fork
But this
in
is
the
the
road.
perfect girl in our class.
Absolutely.
Growing up, all of us in school, we had 2 or 3 kids who were perfect. So she's one of those.
Yeah.
Marks and all that. So
Marks,
how does that kid go
extracurricular,
wrong?
everything. Because she wanted more in life, greed, ambition. She goes to Jaipur, realizes that she's a small fish in a big pond. Where she was growing up, she was a big fish in a small pond. It was a small town. All of
Can you
that.
say it with a Bengali accent? It'll leave a lasting legacy.
Lasting legacy.
The big fish, small fish.
A big fish in small pond.
Big fish in small pond.
How will you say it as a Bawa?
This is a big fish in a small pond.
That sounded nothing like a Bawa. It sounded like from the south. A big fish.
It became more Gujarati. More Gujarati. Give me a minute. Yeah. That is what we call a big fish in a small pond. That's better for you.
Dikra.
No. That's how you understand what I'm saying. There's a big fish in a small pond. This is a whole conversation like this now. You don't want to get up and say. So you were saying, so she came there and then she changed track. How did she change track?
It became Vande Bharat. Huh?
But how did the Vande Bharat happen? I don't understand that part. That graph, the change.
The change because you not read the full book, you bugger.
But idiot, so thaigyo. I can't get the understanding of how you go from right to left.
Right to left, you just ask for more greed. For more
And this is not a wish for India. Because I know that's your wish.
So she wanted more in life. She realized that, boss, I don't have money. I want to lead this big life. And she gets embroiled in an escort service. So, and then she realizes, boss, it's easy money. She decides to open up her own agency and peddle herself. And what she does, she takes it one step further and says that I'm going to not actually provide the services. So she creates multiple fake IDs. Customers, she gets in touch with customers. She goes there, collects the money.
This is an old trick that people do. Yeah.
And she takes the money and scoots off.
Yeah.
And the people can't complain because probably they're married.
No, it's pure swindling.
Yeah.
But it's a shame factor, so you're safe.
Correct.
Mostly.
Yeah. And she used to target people from outside of Jaipur, so that those guys are more helpless, right?
Yeah.
So on your Tinder account and all of that, they will say, okay, it's from Jabalpur. Or
I just
from
wanted to see the reaction when you use the word Tinder, and immediately they froze. Yeah.
All of them.
All of them, I tell you, baby. These bloody Indian males. Look at how no one's making eye contact now. Tinder,
Tinder.
Yeah.
Vegetable.
Bengali?
Tinder.
It sounds more romantic in Bengali.
No, it
sound so
doesn't.
bad. Tinder. I like
But
it.
but the funny thing is, we Bengalis don't speak Hindi like that anymore. So I was acting.
Generation onwards, but back in the day there was.
So I was acting in a series called Adalat. So I'm an actor, part-time actor.
I know.
as well.
I was about to bring it up. I didn't forget.
So I was acting, and the director said, "But you can't speak Hindi like that." I said, "लेकिन मैं तो ऐसे ही बात करता हूँ." He said, "No. You are a Bengali character, so you have to speak it like that." So it became like a caricature.
Yeah. The stereotype.
हम नहीं था उधर हम नहीं था हम तुम हमको काय को बोलता है like that kind of thing and my auntie who watched watched it in Cal and she said, what the hell is wrong with you? You don't speak it like that. I said, কি করবো? ডিরেক্টর বললো করতে হবে, নালে ডেলি পয়সা পাবো না।
But there's a horrible thing about India, no? Where they want the stereotypes.
Everything is a caricature.
There's the stereotypes, caricatures, stereotypes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then of course we do bad accents here and unnecessarily help it on its way.
And try and make some money out of it.
Swipe right.
Yeah.
So she's swindling them, and
so
nobody
she swindles them. She keeps swindling 1,000 men.
And nobody wants to take it further, like you said, because they have to hide.
Yeah, 1,000 men. 1,000 men she has
1,000 men.
Yes. 1,000 men. That could have been a great career for you.
I know, I admire her. All said and done, what men have done to women, and then suddenly she's going to swindle 1,000, and then chup, because you don't exist, you're on Tinder,
Correct.
Yeah.
And
Are you on Tinder?
No.
Are you on Tinder?
Bumble, Grindr.
Grindr's a gay thing, no?
Is it?
Oh, I don't know. I really don't know.
We are really going to get cancelled.
But I don't know. But it's okay. I mean,
I'm Anirban Bhattacharyya. I identify as a can of tomato juice.
I'm also Anirban Bhattacharyya, and I don't know what
identify
I'm doing
Cyrus Broacha.
No, why? I prefer to be a juice. So back here.
So then she meets a person, a rich businessman, and she by the time has a boyfriend who was a struggling actor in Bombay.
Right.
Goes back to Jaipur. They also meet in Tinder. So she and her boyfriend meet on Tinder. Boyfriend says, "Boss, I owe people money." He's a whiner, and she decides to say, "Okay, I'm going to pull off this one big con to help you pay off your debt." She gets in touch with this, entraps a businessman from Delhi on Tinder. This businessman obviously wants to do tuk-tuk. And
1 second. Any questions? Tuk-tuk kya hai? Anybody not understanding?
Tuk-tuk?
When he wants to, he's Bengali again. This is amazing.
You are okay with tuk-tuk?
Tuk-tuk, okay. All good. Vegetarian?
Correct. And they kidnap him. Okay? They kidnap him, and when they ask for ransom, this guy turns around and says, "Boss, I'm poor." So the guy, the victim himself, was pretending to be somebody else on Tinder.
Like a lot of people I know.
Yeah.
Come on.
Your DP was nice on Tinder, huh?
Thanks, Baba. Thanks. But I'm not really 6'3".
Yeah, as I can tell.
Yeah, yes. I don't know why I put that in.
Damn,
I'm also not a Swedish woman.
Yes,
but that weekend I felt like it. Yeah.
That weekend was great.
So then that's when the killing.
That's when everything goes south.
Yeah.
They realize they've picked up a local boy who can
tell on them. Yeah.
Tell on them, and doesn't have money. And she's a very entitled person. She always has got what she wanted, right? And so there's a psychological study to her
this
as well.
Power thing has happened now, where it's gone to her head because she's successful with all this shit.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then they ask for money. The father of the victim says, "I'm transferring some money." Before the money can be transferred, they kill him.
Oh my God.
Because the intention itself was to kill the guy. So that's how the story. And then of course they dump him in a suitcase.
My God.
Yeah, they pack him up in a suitcase and dump him. That's when the cops sort of get the suitcase
Wind of the thing.
Yeah. And so that's
let's look at how it unravels, because please read the book, even though it is a true story.
So what happened with this case, with the landmark case, was this journalist called Deepika Narayan Bharadwaj, who's from Delhi. She is a unique social activist. She fights for men. So women...
Finally! Deepika, thank you!
Correct. So women exploiting the laws to torture men, to put false cases of rape and domestic violence and dowry and all of that. So she fights. So she went to Jaipur to interview the girl, Priya Seth, who's the mastermind. And that
name is the same.
Yeah. Everything is same. Okay. And I've written it with the cop who has solved the case. Yeah. He's the only Sardar cop in the entire Rajasthan police. He's a pug, Gur Bhupendra Singh. Amazing guy. So anyway, she goes to Jaipur to interview Priya Seth, and that video is what introduces us to Priya Seth across the world, because she's sitting there.
So this is there?
This is there on YouTube. And she's saying that I used to do social work, and now that I'm in jail, it has stopped. She, in her head, said that all these men are married, and I was punishing them for their philandering ways. So I was doing social work. And now
It's not completely off.
Shut up.
No, in a sense, if you, I can look as a lawyer.
Adultery no longer is legally.
No, because see, they are playing around. They're married men. So they
Yeah.
are playing around. So if our intent was only to catch them, then yes. But to extort money from them, that changes the game altogether. So I'm saying somewhere in that.
No, then you can justify it as saying
Yeah,
the
but-
punishment.
No, but that's how some truths become lies or lies become truths
truth.
also. But there's always
It's all
seed,
grey,
right?
It's
Yeah.
all grey.
Yeah.
And so
Suddenly we are two serious intellectuals.
I tell you.
The Bengalian party have resurfaced.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that's what the case was all about, and it shocked the world because suddenly you saw this killer with no remorse. She's smiling and she's laughing and she's saying, "Oh, every time I see
There's
the
another
camera, I want to
Netflix
break
show
it."
with a similar situation, no?
Yeah. It's crazy. So this is the one that's come out, and it's doing well, and it's a great study of the human and the criminal mind. I love getting
I
into
was
the
trying to refer
criminal
to
mind.
the Indrani case, by the way.
Yeah. Indrani case is bizarre.
Which is reminds me exactly when you said that Priya's
No
laughing
remorse.
or whatever.
Yeah.
No, more than remorse, it's almost like disconnected.
Yeah.
When you watch it, it's like, are you disconnected from the case?
Yeah.
Which is even more scary than putting on an act.
Yeah, and of course the skeletons
Are
go
they
missing.
crazy?
and-
Some of these people, are they actually like
No,
absolutely?
I think they're very clever. Very few serial killers of
Have you
India.
interviewed anyone?
Couple of them.
You have?
Yeah.
What is your...
So the difference between serial killers of the West and India is over there a lot of damage has happened during their childhood, all of that. In India, it's more about wealth and greed, and so they want the money.
That's worse. So you can't blame it on anything.
Yeah, you can't blame it
It's
on
pure
anything.
money.
Yeah, so very few of them are actually, sort of have psychological
Psychotic,
problems. Yeah.
Sociological,
Yeah.
whatever the word
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Huh?
So,
So when you speak to them, are they like normal when they in the conversation? Like, would they be watching India versus Bangladesh? Would they be liking Chinese food? Do they have normal things about
they're
them?
normal. They're normal. Like, for example, there's a guy called Cyanide Mohan. He was a professor. He was a teacher.
Yeah, I saw that somewhere.
Yeah, he's a teacher.
Yeah.
Right. And he used to go around sort of marrying women and then giving them cyanide pills and taking the jewelry and
So money.
so money again.
Yeah.
So money again and sex.
Money and sex. See,
money.
education gives you all the wrong things. He's a professor and money
Yeah,
and sex.
he's
is
a
all-
teacher. And Dahad, which is a series with Vijay Verma.
Yeah.
So that's an
Based
inspiration.
on- yeah.
It's an inspired version.
So
from.
you're the founding father of this entire murder incorporate.
Yeah, but I don't get paid.
Why?
No, because a lot of the production houses say, "Arey yaar, why should we pay you for money for
You're
your
the
book?
expert.
It's in the public domain." So yeah, it happens.
But they don't come to ask you for advice on the set and
No.
the finer things,
No.
touches. Are there any female serial killers?
Of course, and they're worse than the men.
What a sexist comment. You Bengalis, I
No,
tell you.
but it's true.
I tell you.
I tell you.
How can you say that, Toto?
No, but it's true. There's a case in Pune called Anjana Bai, who was the mother.
Yeah.
She used to pick pockets. Okay. She taught her two daughters how to do pickpocketing, and they used to go to temples and all of that and do pickpocketing. They grew up. The kids grew up and they got married. All of that. And one day, one of the daughters get caught by the public, and in that
They get beaten up.
No. So she has her own child in her lap, and she tells the crowd, "I'm a mother. How can
How
you
can I do
think?"
that?
So the crowd says, "Oh yes."
Ma and all the Hindi films playing in the background. Yeah.
Suddenly the Nirupa Roy's
Yeah,
image
yeah,
gets
Nirupa Roy,
superimposed on
and half the pallu like that, yeah.
So they get an idea saying, "Oh, now we have a decoy." So they now start kidnapping infants from across places like temples and railway stations and use them as decoy. So as soon as they get caught in a temple, they dash the baby onto the ground.
I was about to ask him, where's the killing?
Yeah, so that's the killing. And the kid,
But why did they
obviously,
kill the kid?
they say, "Oh, look what you've done. You've pushed me and you've killed my baby." So the crowd gets completely psyched, saying, "Fuck, what's going on?" And they let her go. So like that, 16 kids.
My God, really?
Yeah.
Is this in any of your books?
Yeah, it's there in the book.
Oh, God.
And one of the kids, so they used to kidnap like infants who can't speak. One of the cases was, I think, a 2 or 3 year old kid, and they kept him, and he could speak. So one day, Anjana Bai came back home and said, the neighbor said, "Arey, you said this kid belongs to your village and all of that." What he's saying, that he eats pizzas and he has a big car. His father has a big car. So she realized, oh shit, this guy is going to get us into trouble. So what they do is they hang the boy upside down from the rafters with his feet and they swing him like a pendulum.
Why the cruelty?
And till the head gets smashed against the wall repeatedly. Then they pack the body in a bag, duffel bag. While it's sitting there, they eat dinner. They go to a movie theater and get rid of the body in a toilet. That's how they are worse than men.
God.
They are more dangerous.
I don't
and
know.
also because we have the thing of mother figure, right?
Yeah.
We think, so that it's shocking.
Okay, listen, you've been reaching towards the end, but we need to do a couple of these AMAs. People who write in, people who have read your books. Have you ever, Langur is the name of the guy. This is the nomenclature used by today people on the social networks. Have you ever encountered people telling you that there's a danger of people in real life trying to imitate things from crime shows? Yeah, this is a proper allegation, and therefore they shouldn't exist at all. Have copycat crimes happen in India? Are you pushing the crime envelope in a sense and getting people to imitate?
What are the exam question? Part A, Part B, Part C.
I think
three marks
I
each.
think accusation. This happens a lot. Are you guys propagating crime culture?
No, we are making an awareness. Along with the crime, we are also telling you how you can be careful.
Yeah.
Right? Savdhaan India being one of the top shows where we used to...
But there's a glamour element to it, no?
No, see, the thing is, if the person has an intention to kill, they will kill.
So this is a wrong assumption that you guys would
absolutely.
make these programs, especially passive skill is different. Reading, I think I would not blame so much, but watching.
No, but watching even a show like Savdhaan India, we always used
Crime
to give
Patrol.
a seek.
Crime
We used to
Patrol.
always give a seek, right?
Yeah.
In the sense, not a kebab, as Kunal would say, but
A teaching.
A teaching, darling. It's a teaching. A lesson,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. The moral of the
And
story.
we don't say kebab and kunal in the same thing. We lose appetite.
Yeah.
So, because this is leveled across the world, it's not an Indian thing. That, we discuss this. Why are we always discussing things? It's
Correct.
almost like we're creating a lust for crime.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Now,
no.
but after your last story with those kids, I've lost interest. I was going to go and, pick your pocket after the show, but I'm not going to do it now. Have you thought of making something on the line of India's most wanted, like Sohaib Ilyasi, of course, have ended badly. As in today's world with so much media and technology, it can create wonders and awareness. So that's living crime.
Yeah, so
pursuing
like
them.
criminals on the run
on
and
the
stuff
run, on
like
the
that.
run, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a show that's being made by.
Would
by
you like to do
somebody.
one?
Well, of course, I'd love to do one.
Because that, I hate to say it, it's like a sport almost. Because you're trying to catch the person.
Yeah.
So it's a different feel to it altogether.
Yeah, but like if you remember in the 90s, one of the most popular show on television was Cops.
Yeah.
What was Cops? Just cops going around arresting people.
With a very
but
bad theme song.
Yeah.
What
was
you
the song?
gonna do
What you
for
gonna
you?
do? Yeah,
What you gonna do when they come for
you.
you?
Bad boy,
Bad boy, what you gonna do?
Yeah. So anyway, so we used to watch that like endless. It used to be the same thing,
Yeah.
knocking on the door, pulling the bugger out, and all
There's
that.
also one class of American that was always shown.
Yeah.
After some time, I felt
Yeah,
not going
like,
anywhere.
what is-
There's no wine drinking, sophisticated,
there's nothing.
opera watching kind of guy, huh?
Yeah. So, so it will be a great show to do, and also social service. You're rounding up criminals and all of that. So
And India's filled with criminals. We have too many.
Yeah.
Okay. AB, on that note, we have to thank you. What's in the pipeline?
So Pipeline, I've just also released a horror anthology, which is also the world's first book with its own background music.
Oh, nice.
So
So I
it's
buy the
called-
book and somebody plays a guitar in the back.
The ghost will come. No. Where's the book? Okay. So this is the book. It's called Enter at Your Own Risk, and it's the world's first book with its own background music. And the thing is, I wanted to give an experience to the reader. There's so many books here. What are you offering new? Right? So when you come to certain parts of the book, there's a QR code.
Oh.
So you scan the QR code, and the background music, which is composed for that particular scene with the Foley
Original
sound.
music.
Yeah, original music.
Yeah.
With Foley sounds and screams and everything, it accompanies you. So you get an immersive, you're almost watching it.
Wow. Excellent.
So, yeah.
But this is fiction.
This is fiction.
Yeah.
This is fiction
So
again, but
horror-
lots of dead bodies.
No, also obviously based from your experience in Channel V. Hence horror.
And MTV.
Yeah. MTV was hardly just a little my show. Anything else?
No.
You worked with Kunal also, no, on something?
Or some other stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Later.
I think he was a lingerie salesman for women for a little
Yeah.
while. I remember you.
I think I must have been the model, huh?
Apprentice first, then nobody bought, so you just had to wear the bra and walk around just to make us all happy. Just kidding, never happened. AB, thank you so much. We'll see you soon with the next book. which is coming out when?
Next book, next year, 25.
Okay, there's no pressure from publishers now because you've given them 5 or 6.
No, so no. I mean, I take my time.
How many a year do you write? 1?
2.
2 a year. That's quite prolific.
Yeah. It happened.
Will you ever go away from the genre?
So what I do is I go away a little bit. Like I wrote a kid's book, which is called The Adventurous Six.
But you kill the kid in the end.
No one dies.
I'm sorry. I'm just. That's what I'm
You're
getting.
just going with the flow.
Yeah.
Like damn.
These guys are laughing at all the wrong spots and you're not saying anything.
And how insensitive.
Insensitive. It makes us all
I
look
didn't
bad.
expect this, you know.
I didn't expect this. I feel like I failed the country. Yeah. Let it down. Her down.
Yeah. So I keep going back and then coming back to true crime. I love true crime, you know.
Fair. I mean, let's not lie. Most of us do.
Yeah.
That's why we watch the Nithari killings on TV or whatever.
Sector 36, yeah.
Yeah. So, as far as I'm concerned, I think in a way you're doing a service, but also it's a market that's never going to die.
No, because crimes are not good.
What a bad phrase.
But a lovely one.
Nice.
It is so bad, it's good.
Tinku. Take it. Use it in your book. I don't want it. Take it. That's fine.
So crimes are not going to stop.
Right.
So
let's end with our accents as we say bye. Yeah. So did you have a good time on the show?
খুব ভালো লাগলো বুঝলে fantastic time I had.
Best ever that you've ever experienced?
Almost.
Was it like an orgasm?
It wasn't like orgasm. I mean, it is a good bowel movement.
Bowel movement is better than
very good.
At my age, bowel movement is better than orgasm.
Is it?
Bowel movement still happens.
Correct. Bowel movement happens. You tell me orgasm, nothing compared to bowel movement.
Orgasm, I don't know when it happens.
Correct.
It's
but
not in my
bowel
control.
movement when it happens.
Yes. Yes. I have background music. You get the QR code.
Scan the QR code.
Background music when I'm making it. Twice a day, huh?
Twice a day? My twice.
Twice. Want to go now?
Maybe.
Come on, let's go.
As I said, my films are not plot driven. It's very ordinary story of a guy, for example, with dealing with everyday issues and everyday problem, whether it's a little health issue
The
or
Satyajit effect also.
Yeah, exactly. And then a relationship with his daughter, his surroundings, how he survives, you know, all that. It's a very feel-good slice of life, like Piku, you know, dealt with one father-daughter who was like dealing with constipation. And, you know,
But it was great.
Yeah.
That's your idea?
Yeah. I mean, Juhi came up with
such a generic but really hard-hitting, home-hitting kind of truth for people with elders.
Yeah. Every home has one of them.
That's what.
Yeah, one of that. Wow.
Even the Vicky Donor thing, we're laughing about it and all because everybody's uncomfortable with sex, etc. But it makes a lot of sense.
Film opened up a lot of things, you know.
Yeah.
The film opened up it broke the taboo of that infertility and all that. It broke the taboo, and now every hospital after that film has one infertility, department attached to it, especially after that film.
So Ayushman in your pictures are there.
There are. Yeah, there are. Vicky Donor ka poster hai sab jagah. They give an example of Vicky Donor all over. They call me, please, आप open करके जाओ यार. मैंने बोला please.